Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Creative Process. I am Angie B. I'm your host for today. I am so excited about this week's episode. I sound like I say that every week, right? No, but seriously, I am so excited for today's guest. Before I get into her and how amazing she is, I want to talk about myself for a second. This is the Creative Process. The way that this was birthed was during the pandemic. We all went through it together. We're all at home together, alone. Just had a lot of time to think about life and think about my own creative process and thoughts that I sit on and things that I don't move upon and fear and how I've let that shape my entire life. And I decided to finally step out and do something, right? I got up off of my do nothing and do something, like Kevin Lampton says. And this is how the creative process was birthed. It is simply a series of conversations with other creatives talking about their creative processes. Now, I want you to follow me on Instagram at Angie B Creative. I have it right here on the screen. Also, Facebook, Angie B Creative, and Angie Beasley. Okay. And I also have a website. I want you to go and visit. It's angiebcreative.co. Pretty simple, right? I kept it pretty uniform so you can follow me and stay connected. Now, enough about me. Let's talk about my guest, none other than Tracci Lee. So let's bring Tracci on right now. I'm so excited about this.
Hello.
Hey sis, how you doing?
I'm good, my girl. How are you?
Good. You look amazing. You're glowing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Girl,
It's the highlight.
Yeah, no, baby, it's you. It's coming from within. It's like boom.
Thank you.
Oh, I am so excited to have you here. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a young Jasmine Sullivan or a Brandy or a Beyonce. Friend, let me brag on you. Okay. So I'm just excited.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
Anytime people ask me, like, who would like, if I had to pick 3 artists, I would always say Jasmine Sullivan, Erykah Badu, and Brandy.
Wow.
I'm their child. You know?
All right, I was on it. I was one off. I was shy one person.
I mean, you know, Beyonce has taught us all great things.
She has, in the production side, right?
Yes, indeed. She's taught us all. So there's a little bit of sprinkles of her in me, too, you know.
I love it. So thank you so much for coming on to the show. I want to hop straight into it with you because we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So you're being initiated into my creative gang, right? All of my creatives. Every single creative I interview, I ask them this question. How do you define creativity or being a creative?
I would define creativity or being a creative simply as freely being authentic, freely being what you feel in that moment, just really just being free in who you are. And so in whatever artistry you have, like really just being in that moment and living freely in it. I feel like that's what produces creativity. Trusting what you have, you know, and just flowing in that moment.
I love that. And I know that that definition is true to you because I've seen you sing live. And I'm just doing a shameless plug, guys. She has a show coming up. I don't want to ruin it because we're about to talk about it. But you want to be present for that show because just the way that she defined creativity, she is present. And she gives you her all when she's singing, like even with her body movement, like you can tell that she puts her all into her artistry. And we'll talk more about that.
Okay, good. Yeah, you got me excited, Angie. I need you to, speak on my behalf a lot more often, my girl, because that was everything.
I mean, it's not hard when you truly believe in someone, and I believe in you. I
believe that too. Yeah, I feel that from you, and so I appreciate that most definitely.
Of course. Mm-hmm. So now my next question is, who is Tracci Lee, the artist? Introduce these folks into this new person, this new woman.
Yes. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I would say Tracci Lee, the artist, is a singer who sings about life. She sings about perseverance. She sings about love. She sings about hard times. She sings about, life issues, anything that comes in life, and the beauty behind the hard times, the beauty behind the beautiful times, just the ups and the downs. I think my songs, my lyrics can definitely cause people to think a little bit deeper about their situations, just enlighten them from a different perspective. I always want them to leave with something on their mind. I want to leave them with a nugget or two and encourage them along the way as well.
Absolutely.
To keep going. Even in the hard times, to embrace the beautiful times. I love singing about stuff that we actually go through and not fool of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I love to touch on what some may call the deep stuff.
Yeah.
I like to talk about that. Why not? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And so that's who Tracci Lee, the artist, is. She also loves God very much.
She does.
She loves God very much, and been a church girl all her life.
The baby's very anointed too, y'all. She is.
Thank you.
She is.
Yeah, man. But she wants to, touch people in a way that'll leave them thinking and pondering on, different ways, and to not be stuck in a black hole, to not get lost in depression, and just be encouraged to keep going. I have a song called Keep Moving.
Yeah.
That I've never released yet, but they'll get there.
One day, she said it, I'm a pusher now.
For sure.
So, one component of being an artist is to learn draw from your life lessons, like things that life teaches you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Most definitely. I have to feel like that's when I write the easiest songs. After I encountered, a little controversy or just a moment where it was like an aha moment. Okay, won't do that again. I've written the best songs in those moments. So your artistry is definitely connected to your life and how you're moving in life, for sure. Unless you have writers for you. If you're writing everything from you, what you're seeing, what you're taking in, what you're experiencing on a day-to-day basis definitely has an effect on what's coming out of your mouth, on what you want to say. So,
Tracci, I feel like I'm learning you all over again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I didn't know you were into songwriting. I didn't know that.
I am, yeah. I have a few songs that I have written. A few songs.
Well, I declare.
Well, I know.
Wow.
People are always like, what's going on with you? Like, where you at? Like, when you coming? I'm coming, y'all. I know. But yes, I do write. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm just baffled right now.
Me too, child. Me too.
No, I love it. So now I want to ask you about this because I know, baby, I'm no Tracci Lee, but I can hold a tune or two. And I know that I learned that I could sing at 15 years old. How crazy is that? I didn't know.
Yeah. It happens. It definitely happens at any age.
Right.
Somebody. Yeah.
But when did you learn?
What you say, Mama?
I'm sorry. I cut you off. What were you saying?
I was just saying I can tell already that my little nephew have a little voice because when he was crying, had a little tone to it. You know,
Oh,
I was okay. We gonna work on this. We gonna nurture this. Uh-huh.
all right, little nephew, cry in the key of G.
Exactly. You can hear it on somebody early.
Wow. Come on, you better detect gifts. I see you.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
So when did Tracci Lee learn that she had a gift or vocal ability?
When did I absolutely know for sure? It's kind of hard to detect. But I remember a specific moment when my dad's a construction worker. I've told this story. And there's this big room in the house that we had. We call it the great room. And he needed to, place some sheetrock. It was a pile of sheetrock that I could get on and jump on, and it would become my stage, right? So back then I was heavy on Michael Jackson, like heavy. What song it was that I was singing, I don't remember, but I would have my own way on that sheetrock stage. And one day I was singing my little heart out. I finished singing and I opened my eyes and all my people were standing in the doorway looking at me like, okay, yeah, she could sing.
Wow.
She's talented, and ever since then, like, I've been singing. I've been looking at all of the artists that I could think of and just studying music and artistry. So ever since then, I've been rolling.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
pretty dope. I love
that's
that.
a real story. That's a real true story. That's because it sounds like something that happened in a TV scene or something, but it really happened.
Like a Lifetime movie. Like, I'm like, wow.
These are all facts, people. I promise you. I wouldn't lie.
That baby don't lie.
I wouldn't lie. Maybe I need to switch up how I tell a story because it's just.
No, leave it how it is.
Yeah, but that's how it happened, child. Ever since then, that's like the most pivotal moment, of me really knowing that I had something to give back to the world in singing. That was when I really knew when it happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's transition. Tell me about a day in the life of an artist or a singer. No specific day, but just explain like what a day in the life of an artist is
like. Oh my God, that can go so many different ways. We are very free. Like we're not used to like structure. Now we should get used to it, we should develop it and manage it, but we get caught up into a lot of free time. It's hard for us to like sometimes get up really early. But again, people, we need to work on being structured. But I'm just speaking about, some of the struggles that artists have to encounter on a daily basis because we're so used to like, say for instance, I've worked for churches since I was in high school. A church, you don't have to clock in every day. You maybe do 3 hours on a midweek service. You got a few hours for rehearsal and then your Sunday service, but the rest of the week is up for grabs. So we're not used to just like a strict schedule. That's one aspect of a life and an artist lifestyle. I think that we process creatively different. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
We process creativity different. We all have our different ways. Some people just need to be in front of a red light. Some people might need to go take a walk. We all just have our different ways of connecting. I don't think that's just for artists. Let me see. Let me stay on track. Hold on.
That's that creative. I understand.
Ask me the question again. The life of an artist.
Yeah, like
I'll speak from my day. I'm very busy a lot of the time. And, because I have the flexibility and time, I pick up other responsibilities with my family. I pick up, especially my grandmother, I got to make sure she gets her doctor's visit.
Yeah.
I help my sister out. I have a special needs niece And so my sister
Little
made me
Charlie.
a great kid, yeah, Charlie. So, I'm available to do those things, which I'm grateful for, because if I would have had a job where I had to be there like every day, there would, be a gap in the family realm. So I'm grateful for that. But aside from that, girl, I'm singing at 4 different churches right now.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I just did a show. Trombone Shorty is picking stuff back up. If it's not a church service or not a rehearsal, it's a studio session. It's a gig. It's always something. And I'm grateful to be busy right now in this pandemic,
Yes.
because there's a lot of artists that are just kind of like sitting ducks, So I definitely feel blessed that I've been kept throughout this pandemic. And I mean, I've been kept thus far, And so I'm very grateful to be able to say I've been kept through my singing abilities or capabilities, singing gift, all of this time, because not many can say that. So I'm grateful. But yeah, even though we may not have structure, we still busy, and we still gotta get stuff done, But we just don't always have to wake up extremely early,
like everyone else.
Toy life though, that's a whole different animal.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's mentally draining, it's physically draining. Like, you have to think about what's gonna happen like so far in advance to make sure that you have everything you need. Because pulling out that luggage every time gets old, So you just have to like think forward. Your bus calls and stuff are random times. One morning it could be 4 a.m. The next time it could be 10 p.m. So your body can sometimes just be all over the place. Waking up in different time zones. It could be a lot. That's a whole different beast.
Oh, yes, girl. That one time I was a tour manager, that was a lot. And it gave me a whole different perspective. You're helping to manage everyone, getting your singers together, getting that, like you said, the lobby call, the different venues, like
different venues,
yes.
different climates. One day you could be really cold, the next day you could be hot. But you have to keep your voice consistent.
Yes.
There's no ifs, ands about it. So it's a lot of different elements to that.
Yeah.
And girl, it's crazy. It
took
some getting used to.
The life of an artist is just amazing. Yeah. It's a lot of different components.
Levels to it, I'm a church musician. I'm a church singer as well as a touring musician, and there's another R&B singer that's life might be completely different. But I feel like we're busy, but we're not structured. I would say that as the subtitle of life of an artist: busy but not structured.
Yes, that's most creatives. I believe a lot of us. I heard one of a friend said that she described herself as water needing a container. Yeah. And I think that's what most creatives are.
Yeah.
Water needing some kind of containment. Well, I love it.
A perfect explanation. Yeah, that's a perfect description. Absolutely. I agree with this. We need containment.
Now, you mentioned some of your gigs, if you don't know, she just mentioned 4 different churches. She back sings with Erica Falls, Trombone Shorty, Traveling the World, and also Kristen Diabo. Did I say that right? Yeah, so talk about that a little bit more. You touched on it, but how is it being a back singer and being an artist? How does that mesh?
Well, you definitely, I stay true to the saying, you can't lead before you follow.
Whoa.
So you learn a lot singing BGVs. And I honestly feel like BGVs can be a little bit more complicated than just being a solo artist sometimes, because you got to be dead on all of the time. You have to be dead on with your notes. You got to be dead on with your tone. You got to be dead on with your vibrato. Or, you know what I mean? So it's just certain things, and you have to do that with maybe one other person, 2 other people, 3 other people, like it can be very tedious things that you have to start paying attention to because blend is crucial when you use background vocalist. So yeah, me being able to sit back and watch, people like Erica Falls and Trombone Shorty lead has definitely taught me, a lot of ways how to handle things and how not to handle things as well. So being able to just be under their tutelage is like awesome.
Wow.
The different, how do I balance it?
Yes.
I'm still figuring that out. I'm just now really, really, everybody knew I could sing, but I'm just now really stepping out into solo artistry and really embracing it more comfortably, so I'm still figuring out how to balance it. I'll say because of this pandemic, it really gave me nothing but time to really do something that I felt like represented me really well. So I took this time and invested in myself, invested in our band, the band that I have, and they are so good. My singers, everybody's just so passionate. And just, developing my leadership skills in that dynamic because now I'm, giving instruction and giving guidance and stuff. And I'm definitely thinking about, okay, Troy handled this. Troy's Trombone Shorty. He handled this way. He was calm in this type of situation. This is how she would talk to her BGV vocalist and stuff like that. Kristen Diablo, I'm the only background vocalist for her, so it's a little bit more easier to, work when I'm the only background vocalist. But she is chill. She's very easygoing. So even some of her, techniques and her leadership has gleamed over to me. So just being a mixture of all of those good things has definitely helped me, like, just easy talking about what it is straight up, because we don't like to talk about how much we making on a gig or to tell them this is what I can pay you, or we don't like to have those money talks, but it's so much easier when you just put it out there on the table, And I learned that through being a background vocalist and seeing how things are supposed to happen. It's just so much easier just saying what it is and what it isn't, and we'll move forward from there. So I've definitely learned a lot being in the background, and I feel more prepared being in the forefront because of those years that I spent being in the background.
Wow, you just summed up my life for me in a way. Yes, yeah. Because I've done a lot of production work and I've done a lot of things in the back, but I am so grateful for every single thing that I volunteered for that I didn't get quite paid for, the projects that I've collabed with people on, being stage management, just working my way through the ranks because now I have a better understanding more than ever of how things should go, or if somebody's messing over me or not messing over me, or if they're actually doing what they need to do, or how things should just flow because I work the background. So I agree with that.
It is necessary. You have to do, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically a prerequisite. That's not what I wanted to say, but you gotta pay your dues. That's what I wanted to say. Like, you have to pay your dues to your talent, to your future. You just gotta get the experience. That's the best teacher. And if you're trying to skip that, like, you're gonna fall short. You're gonna miss something that you probably wouldn't have missed if you would just, humbled yourself and stay the course. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay your dues, and there's no way around it. You either gonna learn the slow way and the hard way by trying to figure it out yourself, or you just gonna learn through experience, learn through observation, and chew up the meat, spit out the bones.
Come on, Tracci. Like, so you're a different person. Like, you just sound like a different person. People may not know, but like, I look at you like my little baby. You're not a little baby, but you're like my little baby,
You're not the only one.
You
are. Girl, I am 29. Oh.
I know, but it's like you are a different woman. you sound different, and like, I don't know, you just wisdom. Like, I'm just loving this vibe, this energy that I'm getting from you.
Thank you.
So
Thank
what
you so
brought
much.
that? What brought that upon Tracci the artist? Like, what changed? What's new?
What changed? I always knew I wanted to sing on my own. I would say me not being afraid to fail changed. Me not being afraid, to mess up in front of people changed. That for sure had a huge impact on it. But I had a strong fear of like things just have to be this way, and if it's not this way, then it's wrong. I had a strong fear of not being perfect. None of us are perfect though. None of us are perfect, and I'm not even afraid like if I may hit a wrong note anymore. Like I just felt immense pressure on myself that I put on myself to be perfect. And I'm not afraid to fall. And I don't care who watching. Y'all gonna see me get up too. Like that's just where I'm at right now. And it feels good to be able to be authentically me with no, unapologetically authentically me. That's what changed. I went through a little isolation period, got myself together, got my mind right, got my spirit right, and I came out ready. I came out ready, for real.
And we see it and we feel it, and y'all, I know that I'm ready to see what she has for us to see. We're gonna get to that next, but I'm excited about your upcoming project, but I have a few more questions before we. Well, no, let's jump into that. So, your upcoming project, it's Tracci Lee presents The Love Exhibit.
Yes, and this isn't an album, y'all. This is just a show that I'm putting on.
It's an artistry. It's an
artistry, true. It isn't. It is a representation of who I am as an artist because. I'm saying something about love. I'm basically, to give you a synopsis, going through a love journey. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about love of self, love of him. I'm talking about, I'm singing about love of humanity. And then it even gets a little dark, how you can sometimes have love of procrastination. Or you can have love of toxicity, So I have songs that are addressing all of those different aspects of love, love of romance, love of perseverance. I think I said procrastination already, but I have just to name a few, a few songs about all of that. And I just want to take people through their journey and make them think like, wow, like I'm really doing this to myself. Or I'm really thinking like this, So that's what the show is basically about. It's just, that's why I called it The Love Exhibit. It was a toss up between a love exhibit and a love affair. Love exhibit just is like, you know what I'm saying? It just have a little pop to it.
It does.
And it brings you on a tour. You know what I mean? So I felt like exhibit fit what I was trying to do, what I was trying to portray, what we portrayed a little bit more than love affair. So
I feel like we're gonna go, like we're stepping into the gallery of your mind.
Yeah.
And
I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love. I love love. So to be able to sing about it from different aspects is just, it melts my heart because I love love.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it. Even when I've been heartbroken, I was, I needed to heal and I needed to get to a better place, but I was ready to get back to it. I wanted to experience it again. I wasn't afraid of it because I'm a hopeless romantic child.
It's not that. I love it. And like, I love it though. And so my assumption, I think this is so dope because my assumption is it was just going to be like a journey through a relationship, like the ups and downs of a relationship, but you're making this like a holistic thing where everybody could.
We talking about love for all, love from
Y'all
a
hear
few
that?
different perspectives. Like it's no, if it don't hurt, you might say ouch a few times. You might be like, oh, no, that's a thought. You gonna be thinking like I did do that. It was kind of silly, but it's definitely gonna make you ponder for sure. In which we all should ponder and reflect and deal with self. And I think that's what this show is going to do.
I love this place that you're in, and I love what you are bringing to the people, your artistry. Y'all, I have her slide up right now. I really want you to go and follow her, connect with her, because I feel that this is not the only thing that she's going to be bringing to you all. This is the first of many amazing projects. I just love what you're bringing to us, Tracci.
Thank you.
I'm just so excited. I can't say it enough. The Love exhibit presented by Tracci Lee. It airs when? Tell us where we can view it and when.
Okay, so it airs tomorrow, which is Wednesday, September 16th, for 7 p.m. You can view it either on Instagram or Facebook. I would say go to Facebook because they have, just better quality. But you can type in my name. It's just that simple. TRACCILEE, and you should find me on either Instagram or Facebook.
Absolutely. 7 p.m. Central time. You don't want to miss it. I know I'm going to be on there. I'm going to be typing, sending all the hearts. I'm probably going to be screaming in the room. She probably going to make me cry, laugh, this whole journey she's about to bring us through. But I'm excited about it. And I feel like everyone can relate to what she's talking about. Okay?
Yeah.
Everyone can relate to this exhibit that she's going to present. So make sure you show love, you tune in, you support the artist, because look, she's presenting this for free, okay? But girl can sing. Girl is talented, and she is worthy of a donation is what I'm basically saying. So I have this information scrolling at the bottom. Show Tracci Lee some love the way that she can feel it. Support artists, okay? Support creativity and artistry, okay? So yeah. So I have a few more questions, and then the last thing I'm gonna have you to do is to encourage people who are on that road to becoming an artist, but we're going to do that last, okay?
Okay.
So share with the people, because I know people are going to view this because you're so loved, Tracci. I just want to say I saw her posters all over social media. So many people show her love. So many people love her. And I think so many people adore her and her vocal ability. So I want to know, how did you learn your voice? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I went through a little struggle with my voice. I don't know who all knows, but I was getting hoarse a lot, extremely hoarse, and it was very, very scary. Turns out I had nodules on my vocal cords. So, I've experienced vocal coaching. I went to school for music and stuff like that, so I always had a vocal coach. But I ran across this guy named Eric Arsenal on YouTube, and I started, getting lessons with him, and he exposed me to some things about my voice I felt like I had been missing out on for years. Like, I felt like if there was a singer's planet, I had just arrived, because what he was telling me about, technique-wise and breathing, what to feel for behind your shoulders, girl. You feel stuff behind your shoulders. He took me to it's just like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, but it definitely gave me more strength, more vocal strength, more vocal confidence. I still have to, do his techniques and things a lot more, but that is when I felt like I know my voice, understand my voice. Because a lot of vocal coaches, they want to give you visualizations, and you got to visualize this airwave going, and hitting the target and stuff like that. Like they're always doing this, but my dude was giving me pictures. He was just breaking it down in a whole different way that just really just opened my mind extremely. And I feel like I know how to use my voice when I am hoarse. I know how to, control my breathing. I'm still learning. We're athletes as singers, so you definitely have to, stay conditioned, for lack of better words. But I'm still learning it, but this is the most I've ever been, confident in my instrument and how to work it. So,
Wow.
Yeah. Eric Arsenal, a little plug right there.
Eric, drop the
Tell him
coin.
thank you. Please. Thank you. So I get a little discount.
And you know what? I stumbled upon him a long time ago, like just scrolling through. But
He's from New Orleans.
Yeah, didn't he go to Loyola or something?
He went to Loyola and 3-5.
What? You better rep.
Let's go, E. Don't get me ignorant.
Tracy.
Don't get me ignorant. You know I have to go there.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so Tracy, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
How do you unlock your artistry?
I feel like when you are freely and truly yourself, you can be a true artist. And fans know when it's real and when it's fake. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you are honest with what it means to you, and when you really speak on things that mean a lot to you, I feel like your people hear you and your artistry grows from that. But if you're not sure who you are and you just gone with the wind, you haven't unlocked it yet, because nobody can be a better you than you. So if you out here trying to, be somebody else, you're not gonna unlock a true artistry. You're just gonna be a copycat. So being a true artist or releasing your true artistry is being true to who you are. That's how you unlock it. And everything else will flow.
Love it. Love. Y'all show some hearts if you feeling this conversation. I know I am. I wish I could tap that button, but just let her know that you feeling her. Comment below. Show some love. So I really, really enjoyed this conversation with you.
Me too.
So proud of you. So proud of who you are, who you're becoming. I'm so excited for the show. The last thing I want you to do is to look directly into that camera and encourage those people who are new to this whole finding who they are trying to find themselves, trying to find their voice, their artistry. Encourage them. Let them know. Tell them about the process. Like, it's not easy, but look at where you are, and you've been through the process.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure, I would tell you guys to embrace the process. You never want anything microwaved. You want it baked, right? So you can get all your nutrients and get that healthy, hearty meal. So I would say embrace it. Don't be afraid to mess up. Keep going. Don't ever stop. Even when you mess up, learn from the mistakes. Don't make the same mistake over again. Be humble. Be open to constructive criticism. No one owes you anything. Okay? You got to work hard. You put in the work, you pay your dues, you stay true to it, you'll reap some benefits from it, but you gotta keep going. Don't ever stop. And you'll get there. Promise.
Love it. Y'all heard it from Tracci Lee. Doesn't that name just have a ring? I always used to mess with her. It just has this ring to me. You heard it here from her. Thank you again, Tracci, for being on the creative process. I really enjoyed today. Y'all, don't forget to tune in to the Love Exhibit presented by Tracci Lee tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram, preferably Facebook. 7 p.m. Just simply type in Tracci Lee. That is TRACCILEE. And tune in for the Love Exhibit. I know it's going to be dope. We're going to go through a whole journey with this artist. We're going to get to just feel her, you know? So I'm so excited about that. Until next week, y'all, just keep going after your dreams, your goals. Keep loving yourself. Keep chipping away at it like Tracci just said. Stay persistent to the process. It's going to pay off. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.